Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know it has been quite some time since you guys have seen my face in a real update video. I know I don't do these too often because it's a little bit cliche, but let me tell you that there has been so much that's going on that I need to fill you guys in on and really just sit down in front of the camera and get real with you guys. I know I haven't done this in a while, so make sure you guys stay tuned because there's a lot of updates coming. First off, well, welcome to 2024. Coming into this year, I knew I had to start it off by updating you guys on the different things that have been going on in my life that really, I wouldn't say slowed me down or hindered me from creating, but really helped shape my perspective on the things that I wanted to do, as well as where I want to take the channel. Now, there are a lot of agenda topics to hit, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, let's go ahead and talk about 2023. I have to say, while it may not have seemed like it in terms of the views and numbers, last year was probably one of my best years ever. Truly spectacular to be able to not only work with the brands that I've always dreamed of working with, but have the pleasure of going to so many different conferences, events, summits, things that I never thought I would have experienced. It really all started off back in March when I was invited to Sony's camera camp in San Diego, and this was really the first experience I've had where a brand flew me out, paid for my hotel, and really treated me to an entire experience that in all my years of creating, I've really never come across before. It was a once in a lifetime experience that opened up so many doors and possibilities, and the fact that I was invited by Sony, one of the biggest camera brands that I personally loved and used for so many years, was truly one of the most humbling and grateful moments I've been able to have in my career. Probably one of my favorite aspects of the entire event was just getting to meet other creators. You guys know that this can be a lonely space. It's hard to find people who are like-minded, doing the same things as you, and it can feel ostracizing at sometimes. But being surrounded by so many creators and now being able to call them my friends and my peers is something that just means so much to me. And the fact that I was able to have these conversations with so many YouTubers who, once again, I've looked up to for so many years. iJustine, Maddie Hilpoya, Sarah Dici, Gerald Undone, YC Imaging, Ryan Cow, so many people who I've seen on the internet, I've now been able to meet in person and in real life. And it was such a great experience where literally all we got to do was just play around with a bunch of cameras. That eventually led me to get invited to their Sony Candle trip in Snowbird, Utah. And let me tell you that this trip was unlike anything I've ever experienced before. They had so many great events, speakers, workshops, sessions that you could attend, as well as having an entire roster of models that we could book out for individual sessions to really help build our portfolio, as well as test all their new camera and equipment, which was once again such a great experience. And I literally have gotten to take some of my best photos ever from that trip. You guys can see them right here. You guys have seen them on my social media. But once again, the fact that Sony was able to provide such a top tier experience really humbled me, opened so many doors for me, and really made me excited for the future of my career. Now, other than that, obviously you guys know I did move out in New York City back to Dallas, my hometown. The more I think about it, the more I realize that it came at such a perfect time. Living in New York for a few years was such a wonderful experience where I learned so many things, but it got to a point where I was just burning out. I just felt like everything I had to do in the city I had already done. While yes, I know you guys may be thinking there's so much to do in the city, it just was a lot. And eventually got to a point where I knew I had to get back home, touch base, and really reconnect with myself and really just figure out what I wanted and what I needed. It literally has been exactly 1 year ago today that we moved into this house, and let me tell you that over the past year, it has been filled with so many great memories that I literally couldn't imagine myself anywhere else during this time. Put the whole place together. Let's get this rug unrolled. Coming from a small apartment to now living in a huge house with some of my best friends from high school really was an experience I'd never had before. You know, growing up in Dallas my entire life, after high school, when I moved to Princeton, it really didn't give me enough time to just come back home and enjoy the city for what it is. But living here for the past year, I've been able to experience so many things that I haven't been able to because I moved to college. And most importantly, it just brought me closer to my family, my mom, my dog, my brother. You know, while I was in school, I would only come back home for winter breaks or spring breaks, and it really wasn't enough time for me to just stay at home and enjoy that time with my family. But spending the past year here has just been so great for me to touch base with them, really get reconnected. And obviously everyone loves to see Louis, so it's been great just getting to hang out with my dog. About 2023 was definitely my growth. not only as a person, but also as a friend, a brother, a son, a roommate. So many parts of who I am, I was able to reflect on that and really develop myself into becoming the best version of myself possible. While you guys may not have seen the growth in terms of the numbers or the views on my channel, just know that every single day of the past year, I've been working on myself to constantly improve so that when I do show up for these videos, I'm really showcasing my best self. I don't want to come on camera where you guys can tell I'm tired or I'm faking it, or because now I truly have that drive and ambition that you guys have seen and missed. And let me tell you that coming back to 2024, we are coming in hot. We are coming in strong, and we're coming in with a new vigor and a new passion. It's something that I haven't felt for quite some time, because anything I felt like I was doing, I never felt accomplished. I never felt like it was getting enough views, or it was getting to the right people, or the brands were gonna like it, until I stopped caring about all that and really just focused on what I want to create, what I want to make. And it's just been very fulfilling being able to focus on my craft and just sharing the stories that I want to tell. That really is the vision I have for this next year. It's something that I've been aspiring to pretty much my entire career, but finally being able to tell the stories that matter to me, that make a difference, that are going to be able to have an impact on you guys, the people that are watching, and have a positive change in your life. That's what matters to me. But there are 2 more things we need to catch you up on. Number 1, how do I say this? Your boy's going back to school. Well, maybe. One of the biggest realizations I've had, as great as it is to be a content creator, as a YouTuber, as an influencer, it was never my dream or never my career intent when I started. It was always something I'd done for fun. It was always something that's kind of been a side project until the past couple of years where I realized, okay, this is a sustainable way of living. I can make income off of this, and obviously it's a lot of fun. But it never truly satisfied me like directing or photography or filmmaking. There have always been aspects of my life that I've been more intrigued in, and it really wasn't until the past year that I've decided to apply for film school. And this was not a decision I made lightly. It was a lot of back and forth with my mom debating if I should get a job, if this YouTube thing's gonna work out. And ultimately, something that I never thought I would be doing is going to film school. That is something that has always been on the back of my mind, something that I never really got out of my Princeton experience. Obviously studied economics. I was doing a lot of classes that weren't involved in the visual arts or filmmaking or the creative processes. And now going back to school for something that I truly am passionate about, something that I'm excited about, something that I want to get up and go to class every single day. So going back to school for something that I truly care about and will enjoy is something that I'm very excited for. Now, in terms of where, obviously, there are only a couple of spots that are truly the best schools in the country. And I knew that if I was going to film school, I wanted to go to the best. It's something that is important to me. It's something that is important to my career. And obviously, when it comes down to it, it's LA or New York City. So the schools I did apply to are going to be the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, New York University, Columbia University, and University of Texas in Austin. You know, back in high school, I probably would have applied to maybe 8 to 10 colleges, but I really wanted to narrow down my choices and really just apply to the ones that were going to be the best fit for me. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, going through the application process again, something I hadn't done in nearly 4 years, was pretty hard. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of pressure to get my essays done, get all my application requirements in, letters of recommendation, transcripts, all those things that you guys worried about when you're applying to colleges. Well, I basically had to go through the entire process again, in addition to creating another short film. There's a whole entire video breaking down that entire process of the film that I created for my portfolio. So make sure you guys check out that video when it comes out. But as of December 15th, I have officially completed all my applications, and it truly feels good to have that pressure off my shoulders. And now all I can do is sit back and wait and really just see where it goes. I have high hopes. I have good confidence that I will get accepted into one, if not all the schools, but I don't want to get my hopes up or anything like that. And if it comes down to where I don't get accepted into any school at all, then either I'll try again or I'll find something new. I don't want to burden or pressure myself into thinking that this is the only thing I'm going to be able to do for the next year, when in reality, there are so many other options. And if it does end up working out, then it's just going to be a great opportunity. And if not, you guys know everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure I'm going to find something else. But that has been part of the reason why I've been pretty MIA. I know over the past year, you guys probably saw the least amount of videos from me you guys have ever seen. And it was a little bit due to personal reasons and a little bit of mental health. It was hard to find that motivation to get up and create. And to be honest, it was pretty preposterous that I was making these excuses, because they're the exact opposite reasons of the excuses I would make when I was living in New York. I'd say, oh, I'm living in an apartment. I don't have a big enough house to create content. Boom, moved to a new house. I have so much space, and ended up not creating content. Or I'd say, oh, I'm in Dallas. There's nothing to do. But boom, I'm in New York and there was everything to do. There was just a lot of going back and forth in my head about reasons I felt like I couldn't create. And at the end of the day, it really was that, just excuses and failure to believe in myself that I could create content regardless of where I am. So I promise you guys, 2024 is going to be a massive change, and there's going to be so much more drive and energy. And I know I say this time and time again, but trust me, this is our year. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but this time I truly feel something different. And once again, it's been such a long journey. And those of you guys who have stuck with me from the beginning, or if you've just started watching, just know that I appreciate every single one of you. And to be honest, it's just pretty crazy that this is the life that I get to live. Nowadays, it's pretty crazy to me that kids in elementary school literally write that they want to be YouTubers or creators or influencers when they grow up. And that's literally the job that I get to do. I feel so grateful and so humbled every single day. I work with some of the biggest brands in the world. Companies that I personally use on a daily basis are reaching out to me to create content to share with you guys. And at the end of the day, that just continues to blow my mind. Once again, just makes me so grateful and humbled. But before I wrap things up, well, there's another thing I gotta tell y'all. I am going to Korea. Literally, as of 2 days from when this video is being recorded, I will be on a flight, a 13-hour flight to Seoul, Korea. 8 a.m. Time for our first flight. My home country, the place where my parents were born, and it's something that I haven't done in nearly 7 years. The last time I went to Korea was after senior year of high school in 2017, and there just hadn't been a good opportunity for me to go before. But this year, it was really important for me to get back to my roots, see all the family overseas that I haven't seen in so long, and once again, just find that cultural heritage that I feel like I've been missing, connect back to my roots, and really just get away from the States for a while. I think it'll be a great change of pace. It's gonna be a great change of scenery. I'm very excited for all the photos and videos I'm gonna be able to capture, and most importantly, well, you already know the shopping in Korea is gonna be crazy. But I do have to get out of here and start packing, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it would be so helpful for me in the comments if you guys could just share with me what is the one type of content that you guys want to see from me. I'm realizing that as great as these videos are that I want to make, I also want to be able to bring value and inspiration to your guys' life. Whether it's vlogs, tutorials, educational, inspirational, you guys really won't be able to see the best content from me if I can't learn from you guys what it is that you guys gain the most value out of. So please leave me a comment in the description down below. It means so much to me because I do genuinely read every single one of them. You guys are the reason that keep me going, that keep me motivated, and keep me pushing. So let me know in the comments down below. It's truly going to be helpful for me to determine the new direction of this channel. I know I've been rambling for a little bit, probably over a year since I've done any sort of video like this where I'm just talking to you guys in front of the camera. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. As always, don't stress, finesse. Peace, y'all. Woo, that was hard.